Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Computer science, the mechanical, magnetic, electronic, and electrical components making up a computer system. Instrumentalities, tools or implements, made of metal. Major items of military weaponry, as tanks or missile. Computer science, the mechanical, magnetic, electronic, and electrical components making up a computer system. Instrumentalities, tools or implements, made of metal. An artifact that is one of the individual parts of which a composite entity is made up, especially a part that can be separated from or attached to a system. Spare components for cars. An abstract part of something. Jealousy was a component of his character. Something determined in relation to something that includes it. The smaller component is hard to reach. An artifact that is one of the individual parts of which a composite entity is made up, especially a part that can be separated from or attached to a system. A component or constituent element of a system. An abstract part of something. Two constituents of a musical composition are melody and harmony. Something determined in relation to something that includes it. The animal constituent of plankton. Constitutional in the structure of something, especially your physical makeup. Grammar. A word or phrase or clause forming part of a larger grammatical construction. A member of a constituency. A citizen who is represented in a government by officials for whom he or she votes. Needs continued support by constituents to be re-elected. An artifact that is one of the individual parts of which a composite entity is made up, especially a part that can be separated from or attached to a system. A component or constituent element of a system. Any of the more than 100 known substances, of which 92 occur naturally, that cannot be separated into simpler substances and that singly or in combination constitute all matter. An abstract part of something. The grammatical elements of a sentence. A straight line that generates a cylinder or cone. One of four substances thought in ancient and medieval cosmology to constitute the physical universe. The alchemists believed that there were four elements. The most favorable environment for a plant or animal. Water is the element of fishes. The situation in which you are happiest and most effective. In your element. The act of arranging a piece of music for an orchestra and assigning parts to the different musical instruments. An artifact, or system of artifacts, that is instrumental in accomplishing some end. The act of providing or using the instruments needed for some implementation. The instruments called for in a musical score or arrangement for a band or orchestra. An artifact, or system of artifacts, that is instrumental in accomplishing some end. A subsidiary organ of government created for a special purpose. The quality of being instrumental for some purpose. Weapons considered collectively. The official symbols of a family, state, etc. Weapons considered collectively. Weapons considered collectively. Defensive structure consisting of walls or mounds built around a stronghold to strengthen it. Military supplies. Weapons considered collectively. Supply with weapons. Weapons considered collectively. An electronic memory device. An electronic memory device. A depository for goods. Storehouses were built close to the docks. A mercantile establishment for the retail sale of goods or services. Keep or lay aside for future use. Store grain for the winter. A supply of something available for future use. He brought back a large store of Cuban cigars. Find a place for and put away for storage. I couldn't store all the books in the attic, so I sold some. Give a promotion to or assign to a higher position. An upward slope or grade, as in a road. The property possessed by a slope or surface that rises. A reservation that is improved. I got an upgrade to first class when coach class was full. Get better travel conditions. I upgraded to first class when coach class was overbooked. Give better travel conditions to. The airline upgraded me when I arrived late and coach class was full. Hardware that provides better performance than an earlier version did. Rate higher. Raise in value or esteem. Software that provides better performance than an earlier version did. The act of improving something, especially machinery, by raising it to a higher grade, as by adding or replacing components. The power plant received a new upgrade. To improve what was old or outdated. I've upgraded my computer so I can run better software. Computer science, the part of a computer, a microprocessor chip, that does most of the data processing. Computer science, the part of a computer, a microprocessor chip, that does most of the data processing. An electronic memory device. Computer science, the part of a computer, a microprocessor chip, that does most of the data processing. Computer science, the part of a computer, a microprocessor chip, that does most of the data processing. A large digital computer serving 100 to 400 users and occupying a special air-conditioned room. The power of retaining and recalling past experience. He had a good memory when he was younger. An electronic memory device. A memory and the CPU form the central part of a computer to which peripherals are attached. The cognitive processes whereby past experience is remembered. He can do it from memory. Something that is remembered. Search as he would, the memory was lost. The area of cognitive psychology that studies memory processes. He taught a graduate course on learning and memory. An electronic memory device. Computer science, the part of a computer, a microprocessor chip, that does most of the data processing. Computer science, the part of a computer, a microprocessor chip, that does most of the data processing. A business engaged in processing agricultural products and preparing them for market. Someone who processes things, foods or photographs or applicants, etc. Computer hardware that arranges jobs to be done by the computer in an appropriate order. Chemistry, an apparatus that can determine the sequence of monomers in a polymer. Computer hardware that sorts data or programs into a predetermined sequence. Depositing in a warehouse. My car is in storage. An electronic memory device. A depository for goods. Computer science, the process of storing information in a computer memory or on a magnetic tape or disk. The act of storing something. The commercial enterprise of storing goods and materials. A machine for performing calculations automatically. A machine for performing calculations automatically. An expert at calculation, or at operating calculating machines. A machine for performing calculations automatically.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.